This is a repair on a great big, look at that lift area in the back on this bagging mower. And here's the huge gate in the back. This mower is running. When I bought it, that wheel was broken off. That one I think was just missing. Or maybe this one, yeah, I think this one was wobbly. That wheel was broken off. It was just a stub. The crankshaft was bent, so I had to straighten that with a hammer. I've done a separate video on that, on how to straighten a crankshaft. I replaced the blade on it because the blade had been hit so hard that it was bent out of shape, and I'm sure that's what bent the crankshaft. And that's why I paid almost nothing for this mower. This mower is pretty old. Let's see, I don't have the, well, maybe I do, let's see. No, I was thinking maybe I still had the original rewinder, but I don't. I think I've replaced it. So what I have on here now is a brand new carburetor, brand new fuel hose. The fuel hose is a tad too long. That's why it's kind of bowed up like that. So when I do that, I always want to check real carefully and see if there's any leaks in the line. There's not. So it'll be okay. You know, the fuel level, of course, in this tank, for it to feed, is going to have to be up to about right here, which is pretty normal. I don't want to have to bother with trimming that line again because it's okay. You know, it's okay right now. So this video is going to be about getting this carburetor, which is brand new, to prime. I've got a really old, I've cleaned most of the dirt off. This air filter plate primer bulb is a little stiff. Could maybe use replacing, but I think it's going to be okay. But what often happens is you disassemble these and then you reassemble it and it won't prime. So let's make sure that doesn't happen. And also, the mistake that people make with these is that they stick their old screws in there that they took out on the original carburetor and they put them in here. They don't clean them and they don't lubricate them. And these are very, very, very fine and soft threads. And so if you aren't careful, you can strip that and then you're not going to get a good seal. And you'll have air leaks, and you may not even be able to attach the plate to the carburetor if you're not careful. So we're gonna take care to do that. And so let's get started. Let me set the phone down. So I think that's a pretty good view of what I'm doing. So the first thing I need to do is find the screws that hold. I guess it would help if I set some of these wheels aside. There we go. This is what this is supposed to look like, this little metal piece. On some of them, they're plastic, this little metal piece right here. This sort of clips onto those plastic posts. This one, as you can see, what often happens is amateur mechanics get these things and they start bending this soft metal back to see into the carburetor because they can't get it to prime and they want to be able to see back in there, and eventually they just break it off. Now, this is okay to use because it's still directing the crankcase vent, you know, the hot air from the crankcase that comes through this plastic tube on the back, rubber tube on the back, is cycled back up into the carburetor. So that's nice. At least it'll get some warm air from there. So this one's got a primer bulb in it. This one doesn't. So I'm going to set this one aside. And what I need to find are the screws that go through here and here and here and attach this plate. And I think I've got them here. Let me take a quick look. Just bear with me. There's one. Let's see, there's two. And I think I found the third one. So there's three of them. And again, these are very fine threaded screws. So what you want to do is get these screws and get you some vice grips. And I'm going to grab this screw by that 5/16 head and bear it down on it. And then get you a wire brush. And we're going to clean this thing. So you hold it this way and you get that side. Flip it over and you get that side. Flip it this way up, you get that side. And then you hit the underside, and now you completely circle that and hit it with the wire brush. Get you a little tiny drop of oil on here to ease, so it'll ease into that carburetor body on those fine threads without tearing it up. Okay, so now we got that. And let's go ahead and run it in there. I'm not attaching the plate. I just want to get these threads going in there. Let me knock off some of the excess on this towel. All right, so I'm very gently screwing this in here to make sure I'm not cross-threading that. That one's good, it's going in. Now we're going to do this again for the other one. The third one's not so important because it's not going into the carburetor body. So I'm going to grab it with my vice grips. It's in there. Do this side, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So I'm going all the way around it. Little drop of oil, not much, just enough to coat those threads as they go in. As it goes in, it'll spread and hit the other threads. All right, so now we're going to ease this one in on this side of the carburetor. Now the third one goes into this metal mounting bracket. I'm not going to worry so much about that right now. I'm not going to worry about cleaning it or anything like that. So that's all right. Now I'm going to go ahead and thread these in about as far as they will go. Now on some of these carburetors, these Chinese carburetors, as I tighten this one, it's going to hit metal back here. So just be aware of that. And that's okay. That just means you've gone too far. This plate will still attach because there's, you've got some relief from all that plastic there, so it'll still be snug. But I like these carbs that I've been getting lately because it's not hitting metal. I'll show you what I mean. It's going to go all the way back. See, that's flush. Haven't hit any metal. I am going to put a little paper towel up in here because I don't want that oil to get into that where the air goes in to the carb when you push the primer bulb. So I'm going to go ahead and get this. I'm going to go ahead and back these out now because I know they're going in good. So that one comes out, and this one. All right. Now there is gas in the tank, so I'm going to go ahead and try to install this. There's the air filter base. But before I do that, I'm going to put some metallic duct tape along this channel, because when these things warp, you can put a gasket on there and it still won't prime. And I've done several videos on this, and I just want to emphasize that that's how you solve this problem. So when you come back, I'll show you what I've done on that, and we'll finish this installation.